I'm Mike Vandermause. He's Pete Dougherty. We're here to talk NFL draft. Pete, on offense, it's not expected the Packers will use their first-round pick to take an offensive player. How high in the or how deep in the draft do you think it'll be before they get around to taking an offensive player?
You know, with the needs on defense on the line, outside linebacker and safety, and even, corner if the right guy's there, I would guess the earliest would be the third round. You never know with the second round, but I would think the third round is when, if there's a running back who's available, that's a position where they could really use somebody. That's where you'd probably start looking for where they might take an offensive player. I still would, if I were a betting man, I'd go at least another round later, but you never know.
Now, I know you mentioned in your draft series that tight end and receiver are probably two of the positions that they're least likely to take of any position. If they do, or when they get around to targeting the offense, what positions do you think they'll go for first?
Center's a big one, but they don't necessarily have to take one very high. I would think they would start looking there, possibly third round, like, talking before, but probably fourth round on back. And a lot of teams have starting centers. You look around the league, it's not uncommon at all to have a 6th or 7th rounder, an undrafted guy. Scott Wells was a 7th rounder for the Packers. So you can develop those guys. It's a position where intangibles are real important. So, I think they'll take a center, but, it could be 4th, could be 7th. I don't think you really have to pinpoint that one. Running back, I would start looking around, 4th round on back too.
And is it a given that they're going to take a quarterback in the draft?
I would think so. With 12 picks, even if they maybe do one trade up, which would cost them a pick presumably, they're going to need to take a guy who can compete for the backup job, developmental. I think the highest, when Favre was here, the highest Wolf ever took a quarterback was Aaron Brooks in the 4th round. So I'm guessing, probably the same with Thompson. I would think they'd probably go 5th, 6th, or 7th round for a guy. Maybe a guy like Harnish. I can't think of his first name, but Harnish from Northern Illinois. Good athlete, a lot of intangibles. Just doesn't have any of the big stuff that makes guys go high, but a guy that scouts like is maybe a guy who can develop.
For Pete, Mike, we're out.